Okay, today you're going to create a custom shape of your choice and apply a gradient. And you can create a gradient or use some that are already supplied for you. You can tell that I've played with one already. So I'm going to start a new document. So File, New. Just use the default size. Okay. First thing that we're going to do is go to your custom shape. It's underneath your rectangle tool, so you'll click here and hold and go to custom shape tool. And up here, I think the default is the arrow or something like that. And you're going to have to go to all, I'm going to reset my shapes. That's the default right there. Okay, so you're going to go to settings and you're going to probably want to go to all and tell it to append, and it's going to basically pin them to the bottom. All right, now the ones that are solid are like this. The gradient is on the inside. Okay, the ones that have an open, like the black, just the white edge, the gradient is only applied to the frame. So the first one I want you to do, I want you to pick a solid shape, okay, because we want to put a quote on the inside or a verse or a saying or something. So here we go. I'm going to pick a different one. I'll do a bubble call out. So you just double click it and oops. All right, you may need to check up here and make sure your stroke is turned on, and the fill can be a solid color or white, either way. All right, so here we go. Here's my little bubble call out. And of course, this didn't pop up the first time I did this, so okay. All right, here's my stroke. Now, I'm gonna turn this off. Oh, there's the first other one. Sorry. Of course, I start recording and these mistakes come up. Hang on. I'm just trying to delete this layer right here. Of course. Okay. Try to pull him back over here. Okay. All right. So the next thing that we've got to do, it's called Rasterize the layer. You go to Layer and choose Rasterize Shape. And that's going to allow us to fill this in. I don't know why this keeps popping up. I really don't. All right, so I'm going to click on the selection tool here and choose the magic wand tool. And it should be selected on the inside, but it looks like it's got the outside, so we're about to find out. Okay, here we go. All right, that worked. Good. So, the different designs of your gradients do different things, and it depends on, you know, how long you drag your line and things like that. So you can play with these. Some of them I just do not care for at all. But it's just personal preference. I tend to use the first one and go diagonal like this. All right. My gradient right here needs a little work, so I'm going to double click it and I'm going to fade it just a little bit more. To add a color, you just click. So I could double click here and make that a lighter shade of blue, and it would fade out more. So try to get this to look a little different. All right, so I have to use it again to update it. All right, and that's not much better, but anyway, you get the idea. Now, and outside of this shape, I'm going to hit Control D to deselect. All right. I could make my stroke larger by simply going here and changing it to black and tell it to be on the outside like that. Okay. So there's a gradient shape, and just to add a quote as simple as a text box. And I draw the text box the best I can inside. You want to make sure your text color is where you're going to be able to see it. The size right now is a little bit too big, so I'm going to downsize it. And I'm going to try to pick a font that I think I'm going to like to start out with. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on picking a font. I'm going to just go with Georgia because I know I like that. Today's thought for the day was more and fail through lack of purpose and zeal, and through lack of talent. Okay, so I'm going to change the color of my text. See if another color would show up better. Let's see. See if white shows up better. I'm still on the text layer. So, come on. I'll move it down there like that. And then I can stroke this text by going to blending options and stroke. All right, but I need to tell it to go on the outside. And click OK, and there we go. So that's all there is to that. I'm going to stop here, okay? And if you're able to backtrack and follow this right here is all you need to do and turn in a shape with a stroke and a gradient and put a text layer on it, okay? Remember, you're going to need to snip. Use the snipping tool to show your work, to submit it. So I'm going to grab the snipping tool right quick, hit new, and you're going to drag across like this and show your work. And you'll save, whoops, sorry, save as. Most of you are saving in your picture folder, and you can call it shape with quote. Save it as a JPEG. That's what you turn into Canvas. I have to be able to see your work. Okay. All right, I'm going to close that. You're going to want to save this file in Photoshop as a Photoshop file. Put it shape. And make sure you just click off of that JPG if it pops up and make sure it stays Photoshop. And I should have saved it before I did the snippet, but anyway, you don't want to lose your layers. Okay. All right, that's it.